They warn us not to enter the woods. They say the woods belong to him now, but it's not the man you have to fear. It's the beast. They call him Khaimera.
Hey everyone, this is Jebro and we will be talking about Khaimera today. I got to play him at the Paragon event in Berlin. As you all know or didn't know, I went to go and play this and also find out some other information which I will be releasing, not in this video but in another which accompanies this. So this is Khaimera, he's the new hero and he's a great melee fighter. You can see he's dual wielding axes at the moment. He is really fun to play as well. So we're going to talk about him. First of all, just going to give you a bit of a general rundown and then go through his abilities. So he uses axes to fight in melee range and feeds on the souls of his enemies to gain power. He is extremely aggressive and can initiate fights and secure kills. He has a great gap closer and also has great self-sustain to keep you battling on. This is via a temporary health regen, so when using his basic attacks he's able to temporarily regenerate his health. Khaimera will be available on June 21st via paid early access. Let's go into the abilities and talk about him a little bit more in depthly. Now his basic attack, obviously with the left mouse button, will be a melee attack and he's going to be using his axes to deal heavy blows to his foes. Right mouse button next after the left, and we're going to talk about the leap, and this is one of his strongest abilities. So Khaimera leaps to a target enemy hero, rooting that hero and dealing physical damage in an area, which obviously is going to be an AoE. So good stuff. This ability is going to be very strong and key. With that leap, with that actual root as well, you can really set things up for your team. You know, whether or not they're going to come in with their own ultimates, whether or not you just want to pick that enemy off as well in a quick gank on a lane. This is going to be so good for initiating fights, and this ability alone could really be strong in the meta for this hero. Free strike buff is up next on your queue, and Khaimera's next 3 basic attacks deal an increased percentage of damage determined by the ability's level. So obviously when you're playing the game and you're gaining XP, you're going to want to level this up considerably quickly, as you will be able to deal an increased amount of damage depending on the level of that skill. So that's 3 basic attacks, obviously 3 swings when you press your left mouse button, and that damage will be increased. So obviously in a battle, probably, you know, with combination of the leap, you're going to see that ability coming out as well. So if you know that's going to happen, you want to kill this guy fast basically, because as soon as he's in a fight he's going to become very, very strong. Now this free strike buff goes well in terms of stacking with obviously the warrior's sustain, which is what we're going to talk about next. Now this is on his E, and Khaimera has this as a passive. So Khaimera gains stacks of temporary health regen when he lands basic attacks on an enemy. So he is obviously strongest when he's in a fight. You know, he's not the guy who's going to be standing back and waiting for his, you know, opportune moment. He's going to be a pretty much frontliner right in their faces straight away. You know, he's going to be initiating fights with that leap. He's going to get in there with that warrior sustain, with that passive. He's going to be stacking up the regen as well as using that free strike buff to really buff himself and grab that extra damage at the start of the fight maybe as well, or even thinking about using it at a time when their cooldowns have run out and he's able to really, you know, finish or secure a kill because he wants to get that extra burst damage coming out as well. So we are going to go finally on his ultimate now, which is called Cull the Herd. What a name for an ultimate. That's absolutely brilliant. Khaimera selects an enemy hero, dealing high physical damage to that hero and pushing back and slowing all other enemies. So not only is he going to do a massive amount of damage to an enemy hero, he's going to initiate a slow and a pushback, which is going to interfere with their, possibly a retreat or the momentum of that team coming in for even their potential kill as well. It could be used defensively, I think, very effectively. So this is going to be really good to initiate the second, uptake in the team fight or in the 2v2 or whatever you want to call it. Because he's just going to be able to continue on, and again, this is the sustain, this is his strength in battle. He is a proper melee man, and he's going to be wanting to stay in the fight for as long as possible. So if you're a support and you want to get your shields up on any guy at all, this is going to be your man. I mean, he's going to be a strong combination with someone like Muriel or maybe even Deco to a degree. But yeah, looking forward to playing Khaimera in the launch, and like I said, he will be out on the 21st of June to paid early access, and this is very exciting. Also, you did see, and I'm going to mention this in my other video as well, that there is going to be an open beta as well. So that's going to be August the 16th, and that's going to be on PC and PlayStation 4. So every hero will be available and they will be free to play, and that means all the released heroes for the future also will be free to play, and also early access progress does carry over to this as well. So if you've been playing before, then you will have your progress. It's not going to get deleted or wiped. You're going to be able to carry on and keep playing the way you have been since this paid period began. So this is really good news for Paragon. Exciting to have a new hero as well, another damage dealer. Looking forward to potentially another support class coming in, which we haven't really seen as of yet. But obviously when that's ready to be released, I'm looking forward to covering that for you as well. I will be doing more Paragon videos in the future, especially as I come up to full time myself in terms of streaming and YouTube content creation. If you have any questions about Khaimera, put it in the comments and description below. Please chuck a like as well as a subscription to my channel if you approved and you enjoyed yourself in this content for Paragon. I do mainly PvP content, but I will be doing more in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.